Today, Johnson City leaders voted on a measure to give more than $2.6 million in extra settlement money to more victims in a Jane Doe lawsuit. It's our top story tonight. Good evening. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Casey Marler. News Channel 11's Haley Pitcher was at tonight's meeting where commissioners unanimously approved the payment. Haley?
Thanks, Casey. The Jane Doe case alleges the Johnson City Police Department failed to properly investigate sexual assault allegations towards Sean Williams. Tonight, the Johnson City Commission voted to add $2.64 million to a $28 million settlement towards the lawsuit. I spoke with the Johnson City mayor and a commissioner on what went into the decision and how they're answering citizens' concerns.
Incomplete release, which means that the claimants would be barred from.
After a 2-hour closed executive session, the Johnson City Commission voted unanimously to add an extra sum of $2.64 million on top of the $28 million settlement approved back in February of this year. The additional sum stems from additional claimants who are alleged victims of Williams. Commissioner Joe Wise says the city's current priorities are care for victims and ensuring safety in Johnson City.
Some of the information is so sensitive in nature. I think the other thing is to recognize that now and going forward, the priority is care and compassion for the victims, followed by justice for the perpetrators, and creating an environment that achieves those outcomes.
Public comments at Thursday night's meeting expressed concern regarding how the city would pay the extra settlement. Mayor Greg Cox says the city agreed to the settlement in order to avoid extra cost and assures the city is in the financial position to pay this amount.
Part of the reason that we even entertain the settlement is to prevent having those issues to deal with. There's no remote issue right now with core services, essential services. The city still has, I think at last count, $31 million was in our funds last week. So we're still in a strong financial position, but part of the reason why we entertain the settlement is to keep that security in place.
Wise also says the city decided to enter the settlement in order to look ahead. He hopes Thursday's vote marks the end of the Jane Doe settlement.
Even when you have compelling arguments, continuing down the path of making those arguments in court may not be the best course of action. We have arguments, but do we really want to spend the next 5 or 10 years making them? Or do we want to make Johnson City the best possible police department and become a picture of how a community responds and improves in this area?
Cox also adds Johnson City has been working to improve. Since the case, they've changed both city and police department leadership. To learn more, go to WJHL.com. Back to the desk.